You don't really hear about the gender of the person directing the movie too often, so today in this video I'm going to go over the top 10 Netflix documentaries directed by women. Welcome back to Screen Cinema, let's get into the video. Number 10, Helena. The Brazilian documentary Helena debuted in 2012. It was directed by Petra Costa, and her name might sound familiar to some Netflix fans. Costa is also well known for her Netflix original documentary that was nominated for an Academy Award, The Edge of Democracy. Helena did slightly better in terms of IMDb score. The documentary details the life of Costa's older sister, Helena Andrade. Helena is a young woman who moves to New York from Brazil to pursue the same dream her mother had, to become an actress. She leaves behind her childhood overshadowed by a dictatorship and her young sister. She returns to Brazil years later with no luck until being accepted into a New York college. But this time she takes her family with her.
Находилась приличная сумма наличными.
Я проверил, там ничего нет.
Конечно.
Какое вы имеете право думать, что вы особенный?
Number 9, The C Word, 2015. Everyone dreads the C word and needs a little explanation of what the letter signifies. Cancer. Not only is the 2012 documentary The C Word about the journey to preventing cancer in the medical field, but it has an also inspirational backstory. The movie was directed by Megan O'Hara, who ventured to make the documentary after surviving stage 3 breast cancer. The documentary prompts audiences to explore the research by Dr. David Servan-Schreiber and the 4 identifies that could reduce the risk of cancer. Intermixed is the story of Western medicine's failure to combat an illness that plagues thousands of people every year.
Influence the way we die.
Number 8, What Happened, Miss Simone, 2015. Director Liz Garbus is known for a number of her documentary movies, such as Love, Marilyn and Bobby Fischer Against the World, but Garbus tackled another real-life story that got people's attention, the life and story of singer Nina Simone. The documentary debuted at Sundance before becoming available on Netflix. It was nominated for Best Documentary Feature 2015 at the Academy Awards, and it even went on to win an Emmy for Outstanding Documentary.
She was a revolutionary. She found a purpose for the stage.
I choose to reflect the times and the situations in which I...
Number 7, Unrest, 2017. Unrest was produced and directed by Jennifer Brea and became her most notable work so far and first debut. The story is a documentary about her life, health, and sudden illness. While studying to get her PhD at Harvard University, she suddenly becomes ill. On the cusp of getting married, she experiences a horrible fever that leaves her bedridden. Brea is soon confined to a bed that goes on her own virtual journey to uncover her diagnosis in a hidden community of people suffering the same ailment. She has chronic fatigue syndrome and finds a new sense of resilience for life, connecting with people around the world to teach her how to fight on. Brea filmed and created the documentary all while bedridden.
I have the strength of a mountain, and I've got the
We're kind of both organizing a
Number 6, Athlete A, 2020. The news story regarding Dr. Nazar, a USA gymnastics national team doctor, swept the nation and caused an uproar and a spark to uncover the truth. Starting in 2015, Nazar was accused of multiple cases of sexual assault against female gymnasts. Some victims included gymnasts from the United States Olympic team. The Netflix movie Athlete A documents and follows a group of investigative journalists at the Indianapolis Star who broke first the story. The documentary was co-directed by Bonnie Cohen and John Schenk. Owen Gleiberman from Variety praised the documentary's ability to tell the story of its survivors and give a glimpse at the bigger picture regarding sexual assault.
But this notion that we would sacrifice our young to win disgusts us.
We were all made so obedient.
Number 5, The Devil We Know, 2018. The Devil We Know was a 2018 investigative documentary directed by Stephanie Schautzig alongside Jeremy Seifert. Stephanie is known for creating and directing documentaries exposing the harmful effects of such items as bottled water, obesity in the food industry, and even gun lobbying. The 2018 documentary exposes the allegations of the health hazards of perfluorooctanoic acid, also known as C8. What is the acid used for? It's a key ingredient found in Teflon manufactured by DuPont. The documentary chronicles the investigation starting in West Virginia where the DuPont facility operates, along with public hearings, ads, and even input from scientific professionals.
If I go out here and sprinkle arsenic around.
Number 4, The Square, 2013. The Square isn't meant to be confused with the 2017 comedy drama movie of the same name. The 2013 documentary is an Egyptian-American movie directed by Jehani Nojim. She is a well-known director who has previously nominated for an Academy Award and best known for her work in Control Room and Startup.com, and she co-directed The Great Hack. The Square deserves its own praise as it was nominated for Best Documentary Feature at the 86 Academy Awards and won 3 Emmys. The Washington Post described the documentary as a beautiful documentary, but its politics are dangerous. It documents Egyptian revolutionaries as they battle in a war against their leaders and regime for a better future.
It was just to remove him and put someone exactly like him in his place.
Number 3, Blackfish, 2013. Produced and directed by Gabriella Copperthwaite, Blackfish is a documentary many have heard when it first came to Netflix. The movie's premise is one that tugged at many viewers' heartstrings as it involved a common ethical and moral debate about the treatment of animals, specifically orca whales. The documentary took a deeper look into the captivity of killer whales at SeaWorld, an often debated controversy. It detailed the concern for Tilikium, an orca involved in the deaths of 3 people. It raises the question and investigates the impact of captivity and a killer whale and its consequences. Number 2, 13, 2016. Ava DuVernay tackles one of the societies and the nation's most talked about subjects when it comes to infrastructure in the prison system. 13th explores the history of racial inequality in the United States while taking a closer look at the prison system and its majority of inmates being people of color. The documentary has multiple voices from academics, activists, and political figures who have spoken out against the issues like Angela Davis, Brian Stevenson, and Van Jones. Peter Travers from the Rolling Stones said, DuVernay has modeled her doc into a living history of slavery as an institution that won't quit. Number 1, A Lion in the House, 2006. In relation to the C word, A Lion in the House takes a look at the other side and documents the emotional journey of being diagnosed with cancer. The 2006 documentary was directed by Julia Reichert and Stephen Bogner and documents 5 families over the course of 6 years as their child is diagnosed with cancer. The movie details how families from different walks of life cope and deal with cancer and treatments received by the Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center. Reichert was hesitant at first to take on the project, seeing as her daughter just finished cancer treatment a year prior to being asked how to do the movie. The film has since received numerous awards and is praised for bringing awareness to pediatric cancer. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.